Do you consider the Philippine government as truly democratic? Why do you say so? The Philippines is also called the bastion of democracy. But even though we hold such a title, when you are a resident of this country, you will feel like this title is the opposite of what we are facing. The Philippines is monopolized by the corrupt, and because of this, the people's voices will never be heard. Whenever everyone is finally given a chance to voice out what they want for their country, during the elections, they will immediately be silenced by the cheap bribes of those who are powerful, because even though these bribes may be cheap, to this country's people, where majority is experiencing poverty, to get a little bit more money to help them pass a day might seem as though it will benefit them more, other than just simply choosing whom the country might need the most and will help and benefit them in the long term. Because of how evident poverty is becoming in the Philippines, it has been affecting people in many other different factors, and one of these, which I think is always overlooked, is education. It affects the confidence people have in the way they think, which is why instead of looking at the more significant picture, people tend to go with what takes away their troubles faster, not knowing that this will only benefit them in the short term. This also makes up for the reason why those who are in poverty have lower comprehension as well, and because of this, they will go with anything they see without giving it enough thought and time to investigate. This information they first saw will then shape all the other future information they see, not knowing whether this new knowledge they take in is true or not. To achieve a truly democratic government here in the Philippines, giving more attention to education is the key. Because to be in the highest position in the country, which is to be the president, based on the results of the elections last May, you will only need to influence by being popular and having a lot more money, which takes away the much more important factors to consider when electing a president, like having enough honorable achievements and accomplishments that can be felt by the people, having finished high education, and most of all, having no traces of corruption under your name. By not giving such candidates who don't have enough accomplishments as proof that they could lead the country without using corruptions, only then will we be given a chance to have a government that is truly democratic. What is your concept of a meaningful life? Explain your answer. Though I am only just about to begin my life, since college is merely just the gate to the beginning, I have always thought about life and what it truly means to me, because I have been reflecting on my life recently, because it kind of feels like I have not been living the most out of it, because all I've been doing is just completing my tasks, but it never feels fulfilling. The moment I overcome something I have been on for a lot of days, it only feels good for a couple of hours, but it never gives me the joy I've been looking for. It only gives me a little bit of relief, because finally I'm done doing the thing which has consumed a lot of my precious time. But how does that look like a meaningful life if all of my days feel the same, as if I don't have enough purpose or significance? To live a meaningful life for me is to live in a life where I know what I want to be. I know what my purpose is. Throughout my 19 years of age, I have been looking for what I truly wanted to be. And although I'm already in college, I'm still struggling with that. What is it that I want to be? When I was in preschool, all I ever wanted to be was an artist, because I find the most joy in it, and creating beautiful art pieces excites me. And my family, teachers, and friends always praised me a lot because of my creativity as well then. Then comes high school, and this time I think my decision was very much influenced by my friends, the movies, and the K-dramas I watched. This made me go from being an artist to being a flight attendant, because I dreamed of traveling to different places, a nutritionist because of the K-drama I was watching, which was about diets and my self-proclaimed healthy lifestyle, a soldier because I genuinely thought that I had good reflexes because I was much more active and sporty than most of my female classmates, and also a veterinarian because of my very visible love for animals, big or small. And then finally, senior high came, and then this time I must already know what I wanted to do, since I need to take the strand relating to that. I chose ABM because then I knew what I wanted to do was to take any program where I can do arts. But because we had problems financially and the school we chose only had HUMS, ABM, and STEM, I chose ABM since my second choice was to be a flight attendant. But then college came and all the schools that have the tourism course are either too far away or are not within the little budget we have. We decided to go to PUP and take accountancy instead, since it was the strand ABM's major. But because I know that was not really what I wanted, I have been struggling to keep up with the course a lot recently. Although I am now considering shifting and will be an irregular student, which makes me take a step back and move a little slower than my peers, it is fine with me. After all, this time, I know that this hard and time-consuming step I will be taking will take me much closer to living life with meaning because then I would live life with a purpose. After all, I know what I am doing is what I wanted. What is your general idea of beauty? What is beautiful for you? Though there are many definitions of beauty, the one I truly believe in is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Because people's perception of beauty will always differ, what may not be beautiful to you may be beautiful to them. What is beautiful for me, on the other hand, is something that makes me feel calm, but at the same time passionate. Whether it be what I'm doing, a person, an event, or anything, because I know that this is what I love, which is why I'm calm. I'm handling it, but at the same time passionate because it excites me and makes me want to do more. But at the same time, I also believe that beauty or what attracts you is something that you desire for yourself to be or to have. For example, if you want to have fair skin, you end up searching for someone that has fair skin. Or if you desire to be a nicer person, you end up being attracted to people that are nice to others. Beauty and attraction could also be related to something that you have experienced personal hardship towards. For example, you who struggle at mathematics found someone who can confidently answer and solve math problems. Your admiration for them rises and you see them as attractive. Overall, beautiful is never just appearance-wise. There are a lot of factors that make someone beautiful, and from everything that I have just said, it just means that beauty is what you are inside and never outside, because no matter what we do to make ourselves look aesthetically pleasing outside, we'll never really show what we are inside, which means that the influences we see on other people and their idea of beauty when it comes to appearances should never be taken seriously, for being beautiful is never measured by just the picturesque look one may have.